Welcome to this video about the scanf function that we are going to use at least during the first weeks during this course. You can start and open your test project that you have seen in the previous video when you started working with the Keil tools, and basically remove everything that's in that file and take over what you see here. So add these two lines, double Celsius value equals 0.0 semicolon. The next line also double Fahrenheit value, and then in the main add this code, some while that we'll explain in the future. This is a round bracket, one round bracket, and then scanf, double quotes, percentage, and this is an LF it says here, and then ampersand Celsius value, and the next two lines where we calculate the Fahrenheit value from the Celsius value. We multiply it, it's a star sign, by 1.8, and we add 32 or 32.0 if we want to, and then we have a line where we increment Celsius value, and this is just to show you the debugger. Okay, when you have this and type it carefully, then you should be able to build it. So let's do it. Project, build target, and in my case it says no errors, and it should give you no errors and basically also no warnings. Now, so we've built the program, and then we can start debugging it. So debug, start the debug session, or press Ctrl F5 for a shortcut. And then we'll see again that our program has stopped on the first line of our main function. We see some kind of watch window which has a strange value. Well, let's delete this one and simply copy Celsius value. You can do a right click, of course, copy, or just press Ctrl C, and of course here Ctrl V to paste it. And let's also do the same with the Fahrenheit value. Now we can expect the values in our watch window. Okay, what does the scanf function do? The scanf function will only work on your laptop. So if we are using the board in the near future, then you cannot use it anymore, but it's no problem. And what it does is it takes the value from your keyboard and assigns that value that you typed to, in this case, Celsius value. Well, for now you don't have anything to enter a value, so let's first add that. Go to View, Serial Window, here Debug printf Viewer, and now you see that it's been put here, and I cannot see the watch window anymore. So let's just take this debug window and just put it to the left. Now I can inspect my values of my variables here, and I can enter any needed data in this viewer. Okay, let's just step through our program, and as you have seen, we can just press F5, then it will run, and we can step using F11 and F10, and F11 steps into a function and F10 over it. So let's just take F10 in this case, F10, again F10, and now I'm at the scanf function, and when I press F10 now, nothing will happen. It won't go to the next line, as you see. We see here, because of the red cross, that our program is running, so it is doing something. And what is it doing? It is waiting for input from our keyboard, and the input has to be given here in the debug viewer. So let's just click with your right mouse button on it, and I will enter a value, for instance 12.5, and then I press enter. And as you can see now, it stopped on the next line, so the scanf function has been called and used, and we see here that our Celsius value has the 12.5 that I entered via the keyboard. Then I press F10 again, and my Fahrenheit value is being computed by multiplying 12.5 by 1.8 and adding 32.0. Well, I believe that it's okay. And when I press F10 again, then I see that a half a degree has been added, as I wanted here, to the Celsius value. Well, again, I can do F10, F10. Now I enter in the debug window 6.0, enter, and you see that here 6 is being entered, and of course this will go on. Well, this is pretty tiresome, and you don't always want to step through every line because part of your code will work. And we can also add a breakpoint, and you simply press here on this, now it's green because the code has already been executed, but by pressing your left mouse button you can just add a breakpoint, and then you see the red dot, or remove it again. Well, I add it, and then I can say just run F5, or use this button, or use F5. Well, I'll say run, and now again it is running and is waiting for a scanf to end. So let's here again enter a number, for instance 20, enter, and then you see that the 20 has been entered and stored in the Celsius value, and your program stopped at the breakpoint. And by using F10 I can go further, or just run again by pressing F5. Now it's waiting again. Okay, 3.8, enter, and you see that it stops at the breakpoint every time. Well, that's the principle of the scanf function. And the scanf needs some arguments. It needs a so-called formatter and a value to store the data in. And here it says LF, long float, which equals double, that you can use. And stop the debug session. And you can also enter what we call integer values that are not real numbers, like a double. So integer values are only values that have non-real values. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So only numbers without anything behind the decimal point. So let's define an integer value, test, like we did in our first program also. Make a comment from all these lines by the double slash, and you can simply copy paste this and then change what we want. And for integers to be recognized, we use %d here, and of course we should store it in the test value in this case. And let's just add another line. So that's about it. Of course the breakpoint will not work anymore. We put it over there. We build our code. It has no errors. We go to the debugger. I say run again, and then I can only add now here whole numbers. So let's enter 56, enter. It stopped again, but we can see that test has a value, but it's hexadecimal in this case. So let's just put it over there. Also here you see that it's hexadecimal, and we can change the format. Right mouse button and remove the flag here, and now you see here the decimal value 56. I'll run it again, and then I enter here 123, enter, and you see that test has the value 123. And when I step over this by using F10, it will add 1. Well, that's about it. You can use for the assignments the %LF for the scanf formatter, or the %D for your assignments this week and upcoming weeks. Thank you for watching, and until next time.